Okay. Uh, let me get my notes together here. This is big stuff I'm working on, people. Okay, first I better tell a joke while I'm getting ready. I hope it's a joke. Leroy, I'm gonna save yours for, for next time. Anybody here ever worked in the Department of Transportation and know Manny? Did you know Manny Al? Manny from Nigeria. Yeah, you know Manny. Okay, Manny used to walk with us on the track every weekend. Unfortunately, Manny caught cancer and passed away a few years ago. But we used to talk about on the weekend, me and Manny and Walter Kelly and a couple other folk about how to stay in control of our households. So I told Manny, I said, Manny, all you have to do, he said he was having some issues, so I said, all you have to do is look her in the eye, tell her, let me tell you one doggone thing, and put your foot down, and you won't have any more problems. Now, Manny is from Nigeria. He married a young lady from Tallahassee, went to FAMU. And so we couldn't wait for the next weekend to find out how Manny did. And so the next Sunday, he finally showed up. We said, Manny, how did it go? He said, well, it didn't go well. He said, he said I told her just what you told me, tell her. I said, well, Manny, you from Nigeria, you probably could be very forceful if you have to. He said, well, she just walked away. And I think the problem maybe is I told her in Swahili. So he didn't have the courage to tell her in English. I got a call today from a very supportive young lady whose sister is sending $1,000 to the women's sports campaign, and that's the about fifth or sixth call I've got if people still want to contribute to this campaign. So I've decided that we've been thinking too small because we raised $50,000 in about 8 weeks. And I'm going to transfer those $50,000 to Tiffany Sykes, who would have been here today, but she's got the board of trustees meeting today. But since we did that in about 8 weeks, and I don't know when the athletic department is going to kick off a capital campaign for FAMU athletics, but I'm afraid that FAMU is going to be in trouble of falling way behind some of the other black schools. North Carolina A&T, I don't know if you know this, just kicked off a $100 million campaign. Is that just for athletics? Just for athletics, $100 million. A&T. Now, if they get $100 million for athletics, you can imagine that's going to help them move up to better standings. So I decided it's time for us to play some big ball as well. So I'm going to reincorporate the women's campaign. And this is, I want to say a couple of lines from one of my favorite songs, from two of my favorite songs. I'm going to be quick, Coach. The lines go, put me on the highway, show me a sign, and take it to the limit one more time. So I'm planning to take it to the limit. You want me to sing it? I would, but I can't have these ladies swooning. My other short statement from one of my favorite songs says, We may lose or we may win, but we'll never be here again. So do something great while you can. So that do something great while you can. I added that on. So today I'm going to announce. Well, actually, I'm going to officially announce 2 weeks from now because next week the Enrichment Center will be closed down all week. All week. I think they inaugurated a new president. They seem to think that's more important than the 220 meeting. So I'm going to announce officially 2 weeks from today the kickoff of $1 million campaign for women's sports and general athletics. $1 million. Now I got the idea because I've seen a couple of stories online about FAMU stories where they had more than 50,000 hits. Now, who are these 50,000 people? I think I saw one for 60,000. So I figure if somehow using the internet, which helped Barack Obama raise millions of dollars for his campaign by people just sending in small amounts, and I'm going to ask some of you, all of you who want to participate in this, we're going to name a committee. We want to find 10 rattlers, our FAMU supporters who will give athletics $100. For a total, we want to find 10,000. The internet can help us do that. Most of the money for the $50,000 came from the U2 program we do every Wednesday. So I'm going to tell you in 2 weeks how we're going to be able to pull that off. And I want to raise $1 million over the next 5 months. I'm thinking big time. 220 Quarterback Club having its own capital campaign. We got Vaughn Wilson here who can reach people on Facebook and help us with the internet. He's one of the great FAMU promoters. I think we're going to make it happen. I'll have more information next in 2 weeks. I'd like to spend a little more time talking about, yes.
I already got a quote that say, where did we send the money? So you just let them know.
We are very close to the $1 million. The Family Foundation. I'm having a senior moment. I can't think of that account number. I know.
0007.
No, that's not it. Okay. I'm going to make a phone call and get the account number. I just came. I want to be. Okay, Vaughn Wilson's going to send the graphic out on social media. The ways that you can send money for this. This is going to be $1 million campaign to end in 5 months. And I want to split $500,000 for women's sports and $500,000 for men athletics. It's a big deal, people. Never been done before. The university hasn't kicked off a capital campaign, so we're going to kick off one. Yes, Barbara.
Okay, when you raise this money, could you please communicate back to the people that it has been raised? That's
I agree.
a
I agree.
you never hear back that it was done.
I hear. By the way, anybody in here can do a newsletter? A newsletter, type a newsletter. Lay it out and all that.
I can assist.
No, we don't need no assistance. No. No. Okay, I guess, Jerry, you're going to have to do it. But no, we're going to cover that base, Barbara. Like I said, I'll have more information in 2 weeks. But we're off and running. By the way, the young lady who called for $1,000, other than that call, is Barbara Norwood's sister. Her family has contributed significantly to all of our campaigns. And how's Corky? Oh, Corky, I couldn't see you. Corky family went to FAMU too, but they don't give as much as Barbara's. But you'll hear more about that in 2 weeks. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you realize the impact this. Okay, but Bowen will recognize someone.
Mr. Jackson and I always talk about with people coming here all the time and you just never know what they do. And I just saw Mr. Pettigrew back here. And he comes in and he's unassuming, but I want you to know that that man, for decades probably, transported our student athletes up and down the highway safely. If there were two buses, I would always get on Pettigrew's bus because I felt safer on Pettigrew's bus. So for years, Mr. Pettigrew, I want you to tell you in front of everybody, thank you for your dedication to your service to FAMU. You was one of those unsung heroes, but you can't win if you don't get there.
All right. We need to have another recognition for this this fine what is this? Sign. What sign? Thank you. I can't remember. I can't remember my name half the time. But Boss Man did this. You did? Oh, I don't want you to say anything, Boss Man. I just want people to know that you on your own put this together. Not you didn't design it, do the writing on it, but you paid for it. You made it happen, and we appreciate it. Thank you so much, Boss Man. Okay, time to get down to business at hand. I don't know if you realize the significance of what this young lady has done. Having been a former basketball player, I know. Steve Wilman, you tend to exaggerate all the time. One thing about me, I don't exaggerate. I played point guard and I was pretty good. But last year, the women's basketball team won a total of 4 games. 4. And this young lady has come in, she had no time to recruit. And somehow she's doubled the number of victories in just 1 year. And she could wind up in the tournament. Of course, I want to remind you that I'm going to give you my cell phone number. You can call me anytime when you want some suggestions on how to improve the team. Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of the women Rattlerettes, Coach Bridgette Gordon.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I want to let you know I'm diving in. I'm the pressure. Everybody that's in here, you need to be there Saturday at 2 o'clock. And I'm going to tell you why. The significance on that game, we win and we go to the tournament that you've been wanting us to do for so long. So we need you to show up and show out. So you need to let somebody else know, bring a friend or two. So the arena need to be filled. I say not at 2 o'clock, that's tip-off. I like to be there. When I say 2, you're supposed to be there at 1:45, 15 minutes early, so that prevents if anything happened to you along the way that you always on time. That's what I was taught. That's what I'm teaching. So bring a friend, a loved one, another alum, whoever, never seen the game, because we can go do something special. I talked about it at my press conference that we had something special in the oven. Guess what? It's ready to come out. We ready to come out, and it couldn't be better. Alumni weekend, and it's Cookman. I can't stand Cookman. Did I say that? I'm sorry. I don't even supposed to tell you who they are. Even though I grew up about 23 miles away, I know what this rival means. I told my young ladies this morning at 7 o'clock, if you didn't dream about this moment in time, that this game can propel you to go do something you never done before or help do for a university, you in the wrong place at the wrong time, because I ain't been able to sleep yet. I wish we could have did it long time ago, but I'm like this. God is in control. He didn't pave this way, and it couldn't be a better game that I want to kick somebody butt to go play my first tournament in my first year. Because that's the first thing VP asked me when I signed that contract. Coach, get me to the tournament. Little did she know I had planned to get here my first year because I wrote it on the board. First day of practice, you go in my locker room, you'll see it. It say the journey to the tourney starts now. And that's what I meant. The journey to the tourney started a long time ago. And I reminded my young ladies that the time was going to go by fast. But I want you to know at this 220 club, I'm a first-year seasoned head coach. I'm better than what I was in 23. I'm not the same coach. I told them I'm not the same coach I was when we first started in August. I'm not I'm not the same coach I was in January of 2024 or February. I'm a different coach in March, and the reason why is that I've gotten to know my young ladies because I didn't recruit them. That's the difference. I only brought in one young lady out of those 12 scholarships players. So as you know, it takes time, and they different. This generation is different. Oh, they'll try you sometime. Sometime coach be like, Lord, pray for me. You ain't done with me yet. Because they'll try you and take you to a whole nother level. But one thing I told them that I would never cuss them out. I ain't got to cuss them. I would never disrespect them, and I don't call them out by their name. The only thing I demand is excellence in the classroom, on the basketball court, and everywhere we go. And I tell you what, everywhere we go, the people at the front desk of the hotel said, ma'am, I've been in the hospitality business for over 30 years. And the way your young ladies addressed us, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, is second to none. And that's what FAMU stands for. And I like to tell them because it's a new generation and I'm old school. I got a new flavor twist, but discipline and respect, I don't even waver. I got 2 feet in. I don't have 1 foot on this side and one because what happens is that they'll grow up and don't know what authority looks like. And I tell them, trouble is easy to get into and hard to get out. Trouble is easy to get into and hard to get out. And as a Christian, I tell them, I don't know who your God is, but I know who my God is. And he's an on-time God, right? But what I tell them is that it doesn't matter because God is love. And I love each and every one of you. Now, when I get on you, it's called tough love. Now, I'm sorry that you didn't come to this university because I wasn't here when I recruited you. But guess what? I'm your mama now. And what mama say, mama says, and mama says it got to go because it's my way. Like I tell them, I showed them a video of a young girl, couldn't have been no older than 8 years old. Her and her mom was sitting together on the bus. I don't know if it was real, fake, or staged. Her and her mother was sitting on the bus, and this elderly woman needed to sit down. And the mother put her bag on the seat and wouldn't allow the elderly lady to sit down. The young child grabbed the purse out of mama, put it in the lap, grabbed the elderly woman's hand and set her down. The point of that message was it doesn't matter how you was raised. You know right from wrong. Make the right choices every day, daily, because that's what I instill. Of course, and I'm going to take it a little bit further for you. Yes, everybody needs a salary in order to survive in the world today. That wasn't my biggest reason to come to FAMU. It was a HBCUs, and I had them work for the PWIs for so long, so why not come do something for us? Us, right? Give something back. I said, ladies, I'm giving back. I want to be a person that I didn't have growing up. I didn't have a me. I couldn't look at a woman of my stature, of my color, and say, that's my role model. So I want to give back to the game that gave me so much. I came from a single parent home. They would call it co-parenting. My mother and father separated, then eventually they got a divorce, but my father was at every one of my games. Track, volleyball, basketball, I did it all. He was there, but they call that co-parenting today. And I think I grew up really, really well being in a co-parent home. But what I want to teach my young ladies and other young ladies and young guys and fellows, you can be anything that you put your mind to do it. And that's all I tell my young ladies. I'm a defensive coach, and it does not take talent. Defense come from here. So if you're looking at the stats, we're going to play defense. Now we even rebounded. Praise God. We even rebounding now. So we rebounding and our free throw percentage better than what we said it was gonna be. The turnovers, they come and go. But at the end of the game, the offensive system that we run, we always have more attempts than our opponent. That's just confidence now. That's just muscle memory. That's just them getting in the gym. But guess what? That cake is in the oven and it's ready to come out on Saturday. And I know we got to do what we got to do because I know they want to win so we can go to the SWAC tournament and represent FAMU with a high priority because nobody thought that we would be where we at right now. But we did. From the beginning, I told them if we would just stick to the fundamentals and the basics, we would be all right because basketball has been dummied down, not because of Eddie Jackson. It's because it's not just Eddie Jackson. It's just because of the generation now, and it's just straight across the board. We didn't want no kid left behind, so we gave out 7th-place ribbons and 6th and 5th and 4th. But what we got to understand, they didn't understand that there is a winner and a loser. So you can get a ribbon for 2nd place, but you can't go nowhere with that 2nd place ribbon. If you're a winner, you're going to advance. So I have to teach my young ladies that there's consequences and repercussions about wins and losses. And that don't mean that because I'm telling you to get on the line or dive for a loose ball, that coach don't love you. I love you. I show them that I love them daily. We do team bonding stuff that you wouldn't even think of. We get up sometimes on a Saturday because these opponents in the SWAC, you know what they do? We play at 2 o'clock, and they want to give me a 7 a.m. shoot-around. Who getting up at 7 a.m. to go shoot-around? On the road. We going to sleep in, get the proper rest that we need, and then we going to meet, and we going to go and do our scout. But one particular time on the road, we got together, and I just had them to get in a circle, cross their legs. And we done been together for 6 months. And don't you know that some of them still didn't know some information about their sisters to the right and to the left? Because all they want to do is touch the surface. I told you, you got to get beneath the surface. Because if they get beneath the surface, I spilled it last night on my show, I'm so soft. I'm just as soft as I tell them they are. But that's on the inside. On the outside now, I will knock you down, walk on you to get a basket or take care of my young ladies. But where we at in the season is because they worked hard, and we only have 11 players that suit up. From the beginning, we had injuries, we didn't had concussions, we didn't had nose, wisdom teeth taken out. So we done had a lot of different things that should have told us that we should be in 12th place instead of 6th, and they predicted us to be in 10th. So what I'm telling you is that sometimes you don't understand what a student athlete have to endure in a day, nevertheless a season. So don't take for granted that when you see them out there, and I told y'all that from day one, don't never boo them. If you want to boo somebody, boo me, because they're giving their best effort. Sometimes they just don't know, and it takes time to get rid of bad habits. Everybody know that, right? Some of us are still getting rid of bad habits, and we older. So can you imagine a young person that's only been up under my training for 5 months, when they get in a tough situation? See, coach had to go and study, because I'm telling them, I'm showing them, I'm telling them, well, coach, you just been in their life for 5 months, and it takes some time to get rid of old habits and form new memories, which is muscle memories on what to do. But we gonna pray, and I want y'all to pray, and I want y'all to fill that house, because when I go and I look at my stat sheet, the only other disappointing thing will be to me is that on the road we have more fans attending our games on the road than we do at home. And when I go to them other places, I tell you what, I'm so proud to be your coach at FAMU University. Every day I go to work, I'm happy. If I had to go to work at some of them other SWAC schools, I don't know how happy I would be. And that's just the truth. Because some of their places is not like what we have. And we take that for granted. And I show my young ladies that everywhere we go, I try to teach them life skills. Be happy. Quit complaining. You too young. What's wrong with you? You got everything you need in order to be successful. And what you complaining about? Don't you know this person over here, we played for K. You got people that's fighting for cancer. They don't know where they going to get. You got people that we pass by coming to work. You don't know, they don't know when they going to have their next meal. You don't need to be worried about anything but academics and athletics. Academics and athletics. And if you got friends in your circle that don't support you when you tell them, oh, I'm not going to that party tonight, I'm going to study, or I need to get in the gym and shoot some free throws, then they're not your friend. They don't care about you. Because if they were, they would say, girl, I ain't going either. I'm going to go rebound for you. You need me to help you write that paper? Them the kind of people that you need to surround yourself with. And that's what I'm teaching. It ain't just basketball. Oh, but I love to win now, and I hate losing. It's about winning souls and winning life skills and teaching those skills to my young ladies. So I appreciate y'all inviting me here. It's bittersweet. I had my last coaches show last night with Mr. Bill, but he'll be at the game on Saturday. But I want to go out on a bang, right? I want that arena to be filled, not when the men come on at 4, but when the young ladies come out there. They work their butt off to get where they at. We go in places. We have an opportunity to do something that haven't been done here in a long time. Do anybody in the stands or watching online know the last time we've been to a tournament? What you know, Vaughn? Anybody on there coming up with it? 2012? Think about it. When was the last time? Look it up for you, Mr. Vaughn. Can you look it up on your phone? It's been a long time. So with us having our opportunity in the first year, they called us the bad news bears, the misfits. They didn't call us everything but women and children of God. But we can go out and do something special on Saturday that nobody thought that we could do. So why wouldn't you want to come out and support these young ladies that then fought so hard to give you exactly what I asked them to give you from day one back in July when I took this job? I said, I'm Coach Pressure, because we're going to put the pressure on a lot of people. And I have done that everywhere I go. I put the pressure. You're going to treat my ladies right? I tell them, if somebody treating you wrong, or if they trying to judge you, they not God, because God don't judge. And we all fall short. So that's why I say be careful of what you say because of the tongue. And these young ladies, they play hard. Yes, sir? 2019, MEAC tournament, 2019. Everybody went to the MEAC tournament, a certain amount had to go. Everybody participated. Everybody went. Now we're in the SWIPE, we got 12 teams and only 8 can go. 12 teams and only 8 can go. A big difference when everybody can go. It's a big difference when only 8 out of the 12, which we now as SWIPE head coaches talking about why we want, because everybody crying about the student athlete experience. So why don't we go back to giving all them student athletes the experience that they can go to a tournament? Thank you for that. But now we're in the SWIPE where only the top 8 teams out of 12 makes the tournament. So, yes, ma'am.
Is there any way that we can have the band in there for the ladies' game? I really think that's
Online, the question was, is there any way that we can have the band, the Marching 100, show up for the women game, not only come at the end of the game for the men? Marching 100, are you listening? We need you to show up and show out like you did when we played Jackson, and I had to tell y'all to turn down a little bit because they was going to give us a technical. But I need you to be in the gym, get a technical. You can get one against Cookman. We need that. We need you. So that's a good question. Dr. Shipman, are you listening? Yes, ma'am. And that's right. Homecoming is white. So wear your white. It is white. That's the student government body, which I'm going to reach out to you too. It's a lot of people because I only got the job in August that I haven't had an opportunity to sit down and meet with you. We need to make some changes. So you're next. But yes, alumni weekend color is white. 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 Not orange, not green, but white. Not black, but white. Yes, ma'am.
I've been working with Rio
Rhea, yes, ma'am.
and she's the one that made all these copies for us. And I suggested to her, since the AD is new and Ria's been here a few years, that because, as you know, that, and those of us like Miss Hadley, who's at practically every game, every.
She's at every game.
Well, one, I had to go to a funeral, so that's why I can't say. I had to go to every one. But I asked Ria, I suggested to her to go to the school board
Yes, ma'am.
because in the past we had um, we had reduced tickets for all the students. You know, first children, period.
Yes, ma'am.
And so when I spoke to her today, she said they're working on it and they just waiting for the AD to call the superintendent. So if you can, when you go back, encourage them to do it, make sure they do it today because well, tomorrow is Thursday and Friday, and they'll begin spring break on
Yes, ma'am.
Friday as well.
Yes, ma'am. So we can get it in there. So just looking into the future, I've been places and I've taken a lot of knowledge, skills from other universities that I've been at, and I've always had a kids game. So that means at noon you invite the whole town, Leon County school system to the game. And they come and they bring lunch. And if we do it early enough, the school provides and they'll pay and send a check along with them to provide that meal. So what that means is that next year, put it down, whenever our first home game is, it's going to be a kids game where we can have those 10,000 screaming fans in the arena to give us that home court advantage. But what I'm looking to do is that when those young people come out to the game and they witness what they should be witnessing next year, they'll want to keep on coming. And when they want to come, everybody know that the parents got to take the young people these days wherever they want to go. So that's I have a lot of ideas that I want to incorporate into why we need to fill that Al Lawson Center. Right? I even want to have a throwback night that we can go back into Gaither. I heard about all those days where they will fill up the gym to come to a women game because if they didn't come to the women game, they wouldn't have a seat for the men's game. I did my history. You can't come to a place and don't know the history. Yes, sir. Yes, we'll go back and look at the rules. It's a cutoff from compliance. I think it's like high school now is 9th through 12th. I think the kindergarten, the K through 6, they are not considered recruitable athletes. So we should be able to. But I'm going to go back because compliance is not one of mine, forte. But I will go back and look at and see what that rule is. That's on the compliance side as far as when they become a recruitable athlete. Go back because the rules changes a lot. But the last time when I checked and we was being assessed coaches exam, it's a recruitable athlete is from that 9th to the 12th. But even though we still allow once we recruit athletes to get them 3 tickets per recruit and they're in our recruiting database, even if they are in high school to come to a game for free. Yes, sir. Yes, see, Mr. Jackson talked about raising $1 million. So I was going to tell you a little bit about my BG initiative, but I'm going to wait till a later date that why I want to raise money because I only get a certain amount of dollars for my young ladies to go to summer school. And in order to take advantage of where we need to be advanced in the classroom as well as on the basketball court, they need to be in summer school. So I have a campaign that I'm gonna start myself to enhance my assistant coaches' professionalism, to also to enhance my travel for my student athlete, because that's one thing that I've learned in the SWAC that you have to get on a bus ride most recently, we left Friday at 6 o'clock in the morning for an 8 hour and 45 minute drive to Ruston, Louisiana. So we get off that bus, we get there because of course we got to stop and eat. We get there at 3:45. We got practice at 5. Then we go to practice from 5 to 7. Then when we get out, we shower. It's time to eat. Then we have a game on Saturday at 2. So I'm looking to leave right after. We won't miss any more extra days of school. We'll leave right after that practice on Thursday. Get on the bus, get there 7 o'clock on Friday morning, go in the hotel, get a good rest, sleep, get up, study, then go to practice. And that's to me by having gaining an advantage because ourselves and them other people that we play on Saturday have to come the furthest to go to different places in the SWAT because we the furthest south, they the furthest west. So that southwest, we so far south. And to me, that would gain an advantage. So I want to raise money to be able to do that, get us an extra night stay in the hotels so my student athletes can be refreshed and revived and ready to compete and having to gain that advantage. So it's different things that I want to do it. It's going to be called a BG30 initiative, and it's BG Bridgette Gordon. Number 30 is my retired jersey for the Lady Vols. So I came up with the BG initiative, and it's going to be where you can donate in increments of 30. And my goal is 30,000, but I'll talk about that as a later date. It'll be something that I do outside the foundation is to bring in money like what Mr. Jackson was alluding to. As y'all know, the cost of living is going up and a lot of things is expensive now, and it's just not, it's for summer school funds, it's to give them extra gear, traveling, enhance our meals, everything, snacks, Miss Hadley. And I would tell everybody, I appreciate you and your daughter. Every time we get on that bus, y'all provide us with snacks. So if my team was in here, we like to give you 2 claps and for that, what you do. And we will be looking forward to our snacks next week to be going to Birmingham. So if anybody want to help donate, and we plan on being there either right now when we kick their butts, we'll finish 6th, and that'll put us playing on that 14th, 15th, and 16th. So we're going to need plenty of snacks for that stay up in Birmingham, Alabama. But what can I say? Like I said, it's bittersweet. It seemed just yesterday I was at my press conference accepting the job and just so full of joy. And what I can tell you is that I'm still full of joy and I'm still excited because the work is not done and the future is so bright. That's all I can tell you. It's bright. It's really bright. Say that one more time. Oh, he wanted to know the status of recruiting. You know, I'm the kind of person that like to keep the cake in the oven and let it out when it's time. But we did sign 2 young ladies in the early signing period, and there will be more. When I tell you every time I go to my social media and I look at my messages via Facebook, via X, not Twitter anymore, and via IG, there's so many young ladies. I have more videos of young ladies wanting to come be a part of FAMU, and the new culture that I'm implementing here is it's amazing. It's amazing to be in my position as a first-year head coach, and at the end of this year, being able to have choices. It's nothing like having choices, right? And pieces that gonna fit the puzzle. It's sometimes, you know, you try to force that piece in the puzzle and it just don't fit. And next year, it'll be a different story. I'll be able to get some of my own recruits with some of the young ladies from this team. But I don't want to talk about next year yet. We still got a job to do on Saturday, and we finna knock the dough in. We got to knock the dough in, and it starts on Saturday. Yes, ma'am. I can have a lot of players returning next season. the whole team can return next season except for Ariana. And that's the other thing I didn't allude to. Saturday, of course, is for men and women's basketball. It's senior night, senior day. So Ariana is the only senior on the team, so everybody could come back. Ariana is the only one graduating, has exhausted her eligibility. Yes, sir. Yes, they have. The starters have wavered through the season, but the consistency of starting has been Ariana Grizzly, our fifth-year senior, uh, leading the SWAC in scoring, top 25 in the country in scoring. Canadian. If y'all didn't know, she has Jamaican in her also. Father, and he is deceased. Mother battled cancer. That's why we had her out for our pink game, and we brought out on the court. Battled cancer, and I'm gonna just tell you a quick story. Ariana mother sent me a text, and it was after that game, and we had won, and she said she has never been compelled to text, call, or any of Ariana coaches, but she had to let me know that when Ariana was 11 years old, one of her coaches gave her a gift, and it was the Pat Summit book. So when FAMU announced me as their head coach, she said the name just resonated and she couldn't understand why. She ran and got the book and she remembered all the stories. And she told me, and it get teared out now, that everything that the book talked about Pat Summit, I exemplify that to her daughter and all the young ladies. That mother, the mentor, the great person she was, the woman of God. So when she told me that, that's why I do it. It's not about the money. It's about families being able to say, "Thank you, coach. You did a great job of raising my child. You're not just teaching her basketball skills, you're teaching her life skills. And the things that you do is holding them accountable and teaching them what she's going to need in order to be successful. I thank you and I commend you." And she gave me the biggest hug after the game. So that was just special. So that's about a little bit about Ariana. One of the other consistent starters have been Nishani Gilbert, transferred in from Daytona State. This young lady is a warrior. She actually came, I think the commentator, we was up at Detroit Mercer, and the commentator like, "Oh, you have Nishani Gizzle," didn't even know her name, Gilbert. She's been at 3 different universities, and what he didn't say is that she had her AA from Northwest Florida. She got her AS at Daytona State, and she will get her BA here at FAMU in 3 years. So I give her kudos. So make sure when you announce it that you just don't put out that she was at 3 different universities, but she's gotten her degree and will get a third degree at her third university. So Nishani is just that glue. She's the key to the team. She is that defensive minded, tough, gritty, playing with a face guard on right now. She was the one had her nose broken. Then she had a tooth surgery and she had to be out. But Nishani does a little bit of everything. And if anybody know what the glue player means, that's what she is to the team. Then we have Olivia that's been in and out the lineup, but you can say that she's a starter. The second leading scorer on the team, and y'all remember Otima Sampson, that's his daughter. Olivia Delancey, that is his name. Otima Delancey, not Sampson. So that is his daughter, and that's the only young lady that I brought in, and she's a sophomore. She was last year at St. Pete Community College. Olivia is coming to her own. There's a great expectation because not only is that Otima daughter, but his wife, where he met, she is also a FAM alum, graduated in the pharmacy school. Yep, and pharmacy school, and they are big fans and big supporters. And they're the parents that Olivia called home, and she can't say nothing about Coach Bridgette. They said, "Don't tell me nothing about Coach Bridgette, because we are team coach pressure." So Olivia can't call home and cry. The only thing that she does get homesick a little bit. And I told her I got homesick with Pat Summit too. But 4 years later, I was grateful that my mother did not allow me to come home or listen to me cry, but I was homesick. She was like, "Read your Bible. You'll be okay, baby." So, Olivia, read your Bible. You'll be okay, baby. And so we have them, and then we have Yvette Subarat from Spain, steady guard, been running the point for us I think I gave her the point position right after the University of Michigan game when we came back after Christmas. So she's been running that point position for us out of place. She's doing the best job that she can, even though coach get on her when she turned that ball over. I stomped my heel so hard. People say them shoes must be expensive because they haven't broke yet. How hard you stomped on the floor. But she gives me her best and just a steady. She's been a rebounding point guard for us. And then the fifth player, it just wavers, and that's at the post. Any day I can toss up a coin, bling, let it fall, and we don't know who that fifth position. But here lately, it's been Jalea Sharp, 6'3", so athletic and talent. I tell her she the only person that stops her from being great. She's our best athlete on the team by far, hands down. And once she realizes that and wake up and I tell her and smell her coffee, she'll be dominant in this swipe. She should be the best post player in the swipe, but that would be our fifth player. But my all young ladies, I have 2 walk-ons. I have Yvette, Sister Ina Subarat. I have Annabella Latoria. That's all folks from Spain via Middle Tennessee State. Stayed there for 3 years. Am I missing anybody? We have Sky that's out. Eliza, she's out from her injury that was from the team from last year, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. Then, like I said, we have our 2 walk-ons that's in the lineup. And we have 12 scholarship young ladies, and we have 2 walk-ons. And my one walk-on is a part of the Marching 100. Her sister was the first female majorette here with the Marching 100. So her, drum major here at FAMU and Marching 100. So her family line has been a part of the band, and she chose to quit the band and come be a part of my team as a walk-on because that's been her dream. So it took a lot for her to go against family and come be a walk-on. And if you see, she plays a significant amount of minutes for me. She just coming back in rare form. She played in the Tennessee, the Middle, and the Florida game, if I'm not mistaken. Then she broke her hand, and she had been out for a while and was just coming back. So she just getting back in the groove. That's why I'm telling y'all the cake is ready to come. I feel like everybody know their roles now, and we're ready to roll, and we're playing our best basketball, even though it might not look like it. We're going to close the fourth quarter better, but we're playing our best basketball right now, and we finally got healthy. Wood somewhere, knock on the wood. We finally healthy now, so we ready to go in there and win, so we can advance to the SWIKE tournament. Any more questions online? Anybody got anything? Just ask me. You got my undivided attention. I don't have practice to 3. And I'm so fired up. I wish I had some eligibility left. I'll be up in here guaranteeing you that we will meet me at the SWIKE tournament. We went to Tennessee last year and played that was our first game. We got some other people that we're looking to play against. We'll play the University of Florida again, giving you a little peep show. We might even get a little MEAC up in here. I can't tell you who that person will be, but I'm in talks with having a series home and away back with a MEAC school. So that'll be a surprise. Y'all just ask. All you got to do is ask, and Coach Precious, she'll deliver. So we'll get some of those MEAC schools back on our non-conference list for you guys. Yes, ma'am.
What is the possibility of getting some of those taller girls, some of the sweat teams to come here? You know, they have some height.
Yes, ma'am. It's called a portal. So it opened up, and Coach been in the portal. That's why she ain't been sleeping. So I'm looking and coming up with schemes and plays for them other people down the road and goal on Saturday. But Coach is also looking to next year because I got to stay working. And I tell my young ladies, I hadn't been out recruiting. Like last Wednesday, we went early in the morning, and I went out recruiting late on that evening. And I told them I got to go recruit, and they understand because it's a family, and we make family decisions. I don't keep nothing a secret. We sit down, we have a table, we sit at the table, we eat together, we cry together, we sing together. We are a family. So I'm not just talking. And if anybody out there looking, if you looking to come to a HBCU that's really a FAMU, you don't need to look no further. This orange and green is the best place, hand down, that you want to be a part of. So if there's no more questions, like I said, oh,
One says, when are you coming to Atlanta?
I'm working on a non-conference game to come to Atlanta. I know we have a lot of alums in Atlanta.
Okay, and then another one said, did you say something to Ariana after the UAPB game? Because after that game was when she went on that 7-game tear through the SWAT.
Well, guess what? I'm gonna go. Yeah, I gotta talk with Miss Ariana after practice today, cause I need her to go on a tear, cause ain't no looking back. So yes, ma'am. Thank you for telling me that. But before I give up the mic and to everybody online, like I said, alumni, we appreciate you wherever we go. Detroit, Michigan, Houston, Texas. It does not matter. Birmingham, Alabama. You show up and you show out, and we appreciate you. I appreciate you as the head for coming out and supporting our young ladies, giving us what we need, and we love you. And just show up and show out. Don't meet me there. Beat me there. Saturday, March the 9th, 2 p.m. is tip-off, but I need you in the seats at 1:45 p.m. Thank you guys for having me.
So, Coach, you have a retired jersey too? I didn't know.
If you
Thought-
want to say, wait. You asked the question. I have a jerseys, plural, not just one. I got a lot of jerseys. I got high school, middle school, college.
Do you have 4?
How many you have?
I don't like to brag.
But isn't it saying they brag different? We brag different?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, I can't handle that
You
one.
can't handle that?
I can't handle it.
Hey, that's why they call me Coach Pressure.
Well, Coach, here's $500 worth of snacks you can buy.
Oh, well,
Nick,
thank you.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, from these good people here.
Thank y'all.
Thank you for coming. I want to tell you a story about Pat Summit.
Uh-oh. Yes, sir.
Pat Summit was 9 months pregnant,
Uh-oh. Yes, sir. I remember that.
and there was a young lady she wanted to recruit. I read this in Sports Illustrated.
Michelle Marciniak is her name.
Michelle, she got a helicopter or airplane,
Yes,
money,
sir.
flew to her, whoever this young lady lived in another state, recruited her, sit down to dinner with her mother and all, and worked it out, recruited her, got back on the plane, came back to Tennessee, rushed to the hospital and had the baby.
Yeah.
That's Pat Summit.
They wanted to land in a state that she refused to have her baby in.
I remember that. I remember that too. By the way, I had a chance to see her in action. We played Tennessee in 1999. No, 1999.
It was with Coach Farmer, right?
No, Mickey. Mickey Clay,
Oh, it was
yeah.
Coach Farmer. It was called that because they had to win, and it was Coach. What was it? 12?
Okay, I will do some
Okay.
research,
But it was Coach Farmer.
cause I'm never wrong. Yeah. But I don't want you to, that question, don't bring Tennessee down here. I think all those girls were 8 feet tall. But thanks for coming, Coach. We want you to come back.
Thanks for
And
having me.
especially when you win, go to the SWAC.
Okay, I'll come back
all right.
and we'll talk about it.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank y'all for having me.
7 Cobb, you have something? Y'all,
You know, sometimes in church, you don't ever leave the mic open. You always,
Excuse me.
well, I just got to accept it.
But I put the volleyball posters on the table back there.
okay, Dr. Walker.
Is that it? That's as far as it comes. Okay, again, as I was saying earlier, I never like to leave the church unfulfilled. So I'm just gonna say, good evening, everybody. Glad that you're here. And Coach, I just enjoyed this conversation today. It's great. And we will eventually have on April the 22nd is the Student Day for awards for the university for all athletes. So you'll be in touch. We'll be giving that information out to you. So again, thank you for coming out today. And Mr. Jackson, I'd like to say that we do support you for your 100, what's that, 100 million?
Not 100 million, no.
For your $1 million. Yes, I would like to say that we do support you on your $1 million.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
The lady said volleyball, but these are softball.
What? I'm sorry.
That's all right. Okay. Okay, I have a text message here from Virgil Valdez in Miami. He's one of our big supporters. Said put him down for the $1 million campaign. He was the first African American president of the Atlantic Coast Conference during their football season. Okay, and one more brief story.
Okay, yes, sir.
My high school coach was kind of like you. He was, he didn't play anything. He was very firm, and he used to tell us when we had a bus trip that this bus is leaving here tomorrow at 8 a.m. If you get here 1 minute after 8, you won't see the bus because we'll be 1 minute down the road. And one trip, our all-state quarterback was late. We sit there about 15 minutes. He didn't show. Somebody in the back of the bus said, "Coach, it's 8:15. Coach said, "Don't play with me, son." That all-state quarterback was Arthur Kennedy. I don't know if y'all know Arthur Kennedy. He was chief of staff for, who was the congressman who died? He was for many years. Great quarterback though, great quarterback. Yeah, I was.
Exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, he was the reason I didn't start. Anyway,
High school is Jones High.
Orlando Jones.
yes.
Them all the time, right?
Beat who all the time?
Jones High. Euclid in the land.
That's your last announcement you're gonna make here. Yeah. We will. Remember, people. We'll see you in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks.